Thank you very much. So maybe Mgcini went to arrest some people. There's always people making trouble in Sandton here. We have amongst us the people's public protector. I think you will not blame me, DP, to really ask of her to rise and also greet us. Mama Mkhwebane is here. Yeah. It's very important that she has joined us because she is the quintessential professional. And we're looking forward to really hearing from her and the rest of you. But we are part of those people who don't want Umam Mkhwebane to be isolated in society. And I hope all of us in here feel proud to be in the same room with her. Yes. And finally, the people's advocate. Please let's welcome Putali. Putali way too. So we are in a consultation, and without any further ado, I'm going to open the floor. What we will be doing most of the time is as we will be writing and listening to yourselves. We've got a couple of people here that formed part of the steering committee. Mzwanele Manyi is a member of parliament, is with us here. Dr. Tlaleng is with us here. They are part of us in the EFF, and a couple of other members. Professor Cameron Mudisani is here. We want to listen to you because we're writing a manifesto and want this manifesto to be really informed by real life experiences, but also most of the time proposals about how to make this country work. But we are also welcome to criticism. Do not be scared or mince your words. We can take it because we always give it. We tried to divide largely three sectors or three categories. They are not as neat, but I think they can work. And to give each broader sector time and space, we thought maybe we could take sector by sector by sector or category. And if anybody doesn't fit in those, you will still feel very free to speak. And that really, I hope it helps us. We've got health and pharmaceuticals, which spans from doctors, nurses, pharmacists, including paramedics, social development, social workers, psychologists, and so on and so forth. Law and order, lawyers and the police, and the people who are keeping people in prison. Commerce. Commerce, we include everybody from business management, accountants, auditors, economists, and then engineering and built environment. I think that is self-explanatory. All divisions of engineering and architects, quantity surveyors, education, including academics in the institutions of higher learning, not just principals and teachers. And then ICT, information communications and information communication technologies. We may have not covered something. I don't know what it would be. But you will tell us if you're not in any of these categories. I'm going to, accordingly, start with health, if you'll allow me, and take hands. I do have somebody that I thought could break the ice. So, but let me take hands and I'll take that person so that, I mean, you know, you all feel really free to speak. Dr. Tlaleng, you have a nominee. Because, okay, Dr. Lerato is going to start. Please raise your hand, Dr. Lerato. Yeah, please take the mic to her. Then I'll take the hands of health professionals. I'd like Dr. Lerato to be followed by Dr. Kumede. Where is Dr. Kumede? Yes. So those are my 1 and 2 hands, but you'll break the ice for us, but are the other health professionals who would like to speak? You'll then be number 3. Remember your number. You'll be number 3. Anyone else? Number 4. Anyone else? Number 5. Number 6. We're doing very well. Number 7. Health professionals. You are not limited to speak about health. We're just coordinating. We are interested in health, obviously, but if you want to tell us about mining, it's fine. It's fine. We are here to really, there are no limits, but we thought so that all categories speak, unlike the last time, we should just have some formula of some sort. Let's start with Dr. Lerato and then Dr. Kumede, then in that order. I hope you'll all remember. So the rule is you stand when you address us. That's the only rule. Try to stick to 3 minutes. I will time you. 3 minutes is a very long time. That's how long we speak in Parliament. You think we speak for long? We don't. They tell us we speak for 3 to 4 minutes. And you've got to condense everything, including a point of order, into that 4 minutes. Dr. Lerato. The mic should have been there. It looks like I don't have mic circulators. Datemas, let's get people to circulate the mics as we should have. Yeah.
Talk.
Thank you. Dumelang. My name is Dr. Lerato Mahagwe. I am a specialist to be at the University of the Witwatersrand, specializing in internal medicine. So I have experience in public and private healthcare. We are overworked and underpaid. I, on a normal day, get to work at 6 o'clock, hoping to leave before 4, hoping that when I ask for help, someone is there to help me help someone else. So we are working in limited resources hospitals, even though they are tertiary institutions. As a specialist to be, I'm rotating in the 3 big hospitals in Johannesburg, one of them being one of the biggest hospitals in the African continent. But I'm still frustrated. I'm emotionally not encouraged to wake up and go to work. I see my people dying because there's not enough of me, not enough of us sitting on this table. So as healthcare professionals, we need support from government to increase capacity in all forms. From management, the people managing hospitals have to be people who are experienced. It's so frustrating for someone to tell you that you need to push the line when they haven't pushed the line themselves, when they don't know how it feels like for a patient as a black doctor to come and tell me or address me as sister when I've been on my feet for 36 hours. It's those small frustrations that are not encouraging in the system. In academic spaces, as a black person, you need to work 10 times harder than other races. So that discourages a lot of black professionals to specialize, and we end up not having specialists that are able to talk our languages, that are able to understand our backgrounds and to correlate that into managing our patients. I think I'll leave the rest of the challenges to other healthcare professionals.
Thank you very much. Dr. Kumede is here.
Good evening, fighters. I'm Dr. Kumede.
the founder of the National Healthcare Professional Association, the organization that actually represented most of the black doctors who were racially profiled by the medical aids. We facilitated the commission, the Section 59 commission. It was under my leadership. And our association encompasses doctors and all the professionals who are in health. Without further ado, let me just go straight to the subject matter, because credentials and whatever, they don't matter. What matters is what we are here to discuss. I was part of the formation of the NHI, which we actually formulated and had 3 legs, which was your infrastructure, your human resource, that the doctor just spoke about. And we identified that long time back. And the third part was the medicines and the surges. The problem in health, it revolves around those 3 main issues. Because at the moment, as you know, in Parliament, we get around 250 billion allocated to health, but 70% of it goes to salaries, and the rest remains to buy medication and maintain infrastructure, which is impossible. And hence, we can't even employ more doctors to alleviate the situation, the other side. And on top of that, we have got issues as well when it comes to health. Our ratio patient statistic is very bad. As a matter of fact, we have got 46,000 doctors in the whole country servicing 60 million people. I mean, do the arithmetics, you'll see that actually we are in grave shortage. But then we also do have doctors and nurses who are sitting at home, and it's due to the budgetary matters which stems from your treasury, which don't seem to have enough budget for health. Whilst health actually is one of the main stern priority in the society. If you have a healthy society, you have got a healthy working class, you have got more people participating in the economy. Now, I think addressing these issues is not going to be easy, my leaders, because you see, if you don't own the means of production, there's no way that you can claim the results, or you can determine the results, so to say. Because even if you get into power, if someone says to you, allocate 150 billion or 250 billion to health, we're not going to do anything. We're not going to build new hospitals. We're not going to build new clinics. The status quo is going to happen the way it's going. And we're in that situation. As I put it, health is not in ICU, it's 6 feet down. For you guys to revive it is going to take a lot. And we're going to need more resources, which needs to be allocated. And like I said, those resources must talk to what I've just said. Because even the NHI, even if it comes into being, it's not going to help us much if it's not going to address those issues. I'll just pause there for now. Thank you.
Doctor, whilst you have the mic, with your indulgence, the DP just wants to probe you on something.
No problem.
No, thanks, Komisambu is saying. We'll of course make an overall reaction later. But I wanted you to isolate the 3 issues which you said are the main issues in healthcare. Yeah. That is one, but also to, as a practitioner, give us a broad perspective on the national health insurance of. Because we're taking a position in Parliament, so would love to hear from a practitioner as to what becomes our attitude in terms of the national health insurance.
Thank you. Thank you, DP. So the the issue with the NHI, it will only work if, and this is the truth, and it's actually our submission from my organization, that if the board of directors who actually controls the NHI, the funds, are independent from political influence. So you go and get specialists or people who understand what is primary health care. You put in the board people who understand from specialist side, people who maybe from the legal point of view, people who are actuarists, form that board. So you look at people with competency, not broerskap, as we call it in Afrikaans, okay? So if you do that and it's independent of that, then it will work, because then those funds will be allocated accordingly. It's not gonna be a question of who should be given the tender to because he is associated with someone else. Because health is critical. We can play around with the other issues. But when it comes to health, I mean, everybody, I was joking in another thing. I said, you guys, you undermine us as doctors, but when you get born, it's us who see you, and when you die, it's us who also say goodbye to you. So you must respect us. It was all your judges in any way in that meeting. So they laughed and then they appreciated that. So, but the issue is we need to look at health in depth and thinking. Now, going back to the detail of NHI, it will only work if it's transparent and if we include all the practitioners. So you should not exclude, because half, as I've just given you the ratio of 1:3.1 percentage. It includes public and private doctors. But remember, majority of the doctors are in private. They're not in public. Now you are representing the public. The public has got fewer doctors than in the private sector. So that's why there's too much strain and shortage. So now you have to borrow from private to go and work in public as well. And it's a critical issue, and it's very, very, very serious, that issue that I've just raised to you. And unfortunately, it's also the payment schedules, which in the government, I mean, if I'm paid R1 million in government, I'm just giving an example, and I'm making 3 million in private, why should I be in public? And I mean, we need to meet halfway. Even if people are sacrificing, they will sacrifice to a certain degree, but they will eventually take the financial route in that matter. So I have no issues. I can share with you the document that we sent to Parliament, so that it's in detail, and why we think the shortfalls with NHI that will come through. I mean, if we don't include private, public sector practitioners, we're not going anywhere.
Thank you very much. There's number 3 there. Can we have 2 mics? Mr. Mzwanele. All right, excellent.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Gloria Bitswani. I'm from Ward 5, the TG's ward.
Is that Dr. Tswani?
Bitswani.
Bitswani, okay.
Bitswani, yes. I remember we were in one of the hotels here in Sandton in 2016. You invited us as professionals. And I wonder whether the EFF has done anything about what we discussed on that day. I'm talking about from the perspective of College of Medicine South Africa, that is depriving this country of specialists. I call myself a psychiatrist turned general practitioner, and I'm sure most of my colleagues, they will understand why am I saying so. Is because some of the professionals, the profs, you know, people that you highly regard, that these people are educated, they won't do something that is low, like low. If they don't like you, they will fail you. They will even say that you won't make it and you won't make it. And I think I need the EFF, especially when you come into government, to look into that. You must go visit the College of Medicine, South Africa. It's somewhere here in Johannesburg. They are very arrogant. Most of our doctors went to the public protector, the South African Human Rights Commission, the Health Profession Council of South Africa, the lawyers. Some of us, we even lost some money with some of the dodgy lawyers. We did not win. We did not win that case. We did not win our cases. And in 2016, when I was coming to review my script in the college, I came here. I was never allowed to review my script. When I take my case to the lawyer, they only gave the lawyer the USB for the oral exam. The thing that made me fail, they did not give the evidence as to take and listen or see the memorandum and see the answers. They did not give. So the EFF must really look into that if you really want to win us, the professionals. The other thing is Dr. Ndlosi, I think he was in the business council. He talked about us owning our bank, and the time is now. 2007, CBDA introduced the concept of cooperative financial institution, the CFIs, of which I'm a member of one of them. There is Medicorp, there is GIG, there is Young Women in Business Work under the leadership of Ntabeleng Lukoti. The Prudential Authority of South Africa, of the South African Reserve Bank, is denying her the license as we speak of having the mutual bank license. And we cannot go on like that. You know, when the ANC went into power, they adopted everything apartheid. And the EFF must change that. And I commend you for your fearless attitude. We must continue to challenge the status quo of this country. We cannot take it anymore as black people of this country, 80% the majority. We must change the equation. 20% cannot be making 80% of the money when the 80% of the us, we are poor. I will pause.
Thank you very much. I think the next hand is there, next to you, Chief. That's number 4. Number 5 is also on that table. Yes. We are doing very well. That crisp is very good. Let's keep it like that. Excellent.
We are not doing very well. Good evening, everyone. My name is Makwande Chala. I'm from the city of Johannesburg, working as an environmental health practitioner, a profession that is mostly sidelined, that is mostly not known for anything. And I wanted to maybe outline a few things for EFF to consider. Maybe it will save, once EFF becomes government, once you guys come into government, you will save a lot of money if you take care of the profession called environmental health. Environmental health is mostly more on prevention is better than cure. I had my doctor right there. He said a mouthful, and he's right. But with environmental health, you can save a lot. Because environmental health, we prevent things before they even happen. We educate the communities where we work. Each and every ward, we are lucky in the city of Johannesburg. Each and every ward in the city of Johannesburg have got an environmental health practitioner working in that ward. I'm sure if you have a business, you have been in an encounter with an environmental health practitioner. So each and every ward, each and every region, we have about 7 regions in the city of Johannesburg. Each and every region is represented with the environmental health practitioner. We are more on education and we are more on law enforcement. There are complaints right now about foreign nationals. I'm not sure what is right, what is wrong, but I will just state whatever that comes into my mind, because I believe it's necessary to voice it out. But in terms of xenophobic and stuff, it will be FF to defend. Yeah, I'm not trained in terms of what statement is right, what statement is politically correct. All those things are up to EFF. But then, the people are complaining that there are foreign nationals taking over their businesses, and there's nothing you can do. Those people are within our communities, and they are renting our back rooms, they are renting our garages, they are renting in our yards to operate their small businesses. And we let them, because we still want to survive from the rents that they offer us. So the environmental health is there to monitor whether they are selling or trading in a fair and with the right products that are consumable to our public. The other thing I wanted to mention from our side, the Department of Environmental Health, it's under the we're under Department of Health. But there's I think a doctor mentioned here that 70% of the allocated budget goes to salaries. Yes, we would love to earn, we are earning. And now, I don't want us to take pride that we go to work every day to make ends, to earn something at the end of the month. We want to make an impact more than just to get a salary. So 70% is going to salaries. But we still want a budget to be allocated for us to emphasize and to continue to promote health in terms of education, in terms of preventing the diseases that can be cured, that can be prevented even before they happen. We take water samples, we go to shops, we go to clinics, we do inspections, health inspections. But still, there is still a resistance, sometimes poor maintenance in terms of infrastructure, especially when it comes to public facilities, like public schools are not well maintained. Clinics, public clinics are not well maintained. And other public facilities, like the offices, right now or recently, the main office of the mayor, City of Johannesburg offices, municipal offices or facility is closed. Currently it's closed because of poor maintenance. So it's things that environmental health is trying to prevent together with EMS. EMS are monitoring the issues of fire related issues, but environmental health, waste management, hygiene, general condition of the facilities, we monitor those things and we write reports. That's the third part. I am with my colleagues here. That's the third part. The problem is that when we write the reports, they are not considered. Only when something happens, like what happened recently in the city of Johannesburg, we were only considered, now, there's environmental health, let's get their report. What are they saying? But when they checked, the things that happened, like even fire that keeps happening in the buildings in the city of Johannesburg. The buildings that are burning right now have been reported way before. We have records in the city of Johannesburg. The environmental health practitioners in the city of Johannesburg, they have reported those things. They have records. But our reports have been sidelined for the sake of profit and other things that we don't know. So it's really important to consider prevention is better than cure. Last thing. Few seconds.
Yeah. So I will just wave the paper so that you see.
I see.
Yeah,
I see, Mr. I see, good leader. Okay. One last thing. In terms, EFF, when it comes to environmental health, doesn't have to do a lot. Regulations have been enacted, promulgated by the Parliament already. We have regulation. We have Act First. FCD Act that governs food, cosmetics and disinfectants that are used in the workplaces. And we also have regulations governing food, the transportation, general hygiene and everything. So we just need support and to implement the regulations and acts and all the legislations that are already there. Thank you.